raise your hand if you have ever been in the talking stage for way too long just for it to turn into nothing. Or maybe you've been in the talking stage, you made it to a relationship, but then it just went downhill, okay? So obviously I cannot see you raising your hand, but I'm gonna just assume that a lot of you can relate to this. So if that is the case, I need you to stay put, because in this video, I'm gonna give you 5 red flags to look out for during the talking stage that will save you so much time and heartache and all types of emotional troubles if you stick to these things, okay? I don't want you ending up with the wrong person. These 5 things are gonna help you out. For those of you who have no idea who I am, my name is Kayla. I am an educator with Best Choice, so I have experience talking to hundreds, maybe even thousands of teenagers about relationships. But on the other hand, I'm also a young adult who unfortunately has a lot of experience in the talking stage. So for this video, I'm gonna give you some of my professional viewpoints and some advice from my personal life as well. So you're gonna get a great combination of the two. Before we get into the actual red flags, I wanna make sure we are on the same page here, because there are all types of terms when it comes to dating and relationships. You got the talking stage, you got we're actually dating. Maybe we're in a relationship, but somehow that might be different than dating. Are you my boyfriend? Are you my girlfriend? What's the deal here? There can be a lot of confusion about the terms and different stages of a dating relationship. So let's clarify. When I say talking stage, I'm pretty much referring to that first get to know you stage. Maybe you guys are friends or you've recently met and you text each other a lot. Maybe you Snapchat a lot. Maybe you've talked on the phone a few times, maybe even hung out casually a few times, but no one has taken that first real step of asking someone on a date, okay? So it's kind of that getting to know someone phase with not really any commitment yet. All right, so red flag number 1 is they don't want the same thing as you. Now, this one can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, but I'm more so talking about the level of commitment that you're looking for. So if you are looking to be in a long-term committed relationship, but the person you're talking to is just looking for a summer fling, that is a red flag, you guys. Now, that doesn't mean that person is like a toxic person and you shouldn't be around them. That's not the type of red flag we're talking about. We're talking about a red flag for even getting into that relationship. If you guys do not want the same thing, do not stick around hoping that they will change their mind. If you stick around and you're getting invested in this person, even though you know that they want something different, you're gonna end up hurting yourself in the long run. Do not stick around hoping that they're gonna change their mind. So that kind of leads us to red flag number 2, and that is they seem super unclear about what they actually want. Do they want to be in a legit relationship? Do they want something just casual? Maybe you're getting a lot of mixed signals, okay? I want you to resist the urge to stick around while they figure it out. I know when you really like someone, we tend to lower some of our standards or sacrifice some of our time and feelings just to be with them. But the reality is, if they don't know what they want, you cannot convince them to just want what you want. That is not how it works. So I'm gonna need you to get out of that situation, give them time and space to figure out what they want, and then maybe later down the road when things are more clear, you can pick that back up again. Moving on to red flag number 3. They don't seem to take no for an answer. Okay, now this is actually a red flag at any point in the relationship, whether it's a talking stage or maybe you've been dating for a year. If someone does not take no for an answer, that's gonna be a red flag, because that is really a sign that they don't really respect you, okay? That's gonna become a big deal further down the road when it comes to things like boundaries and consent. But early on in the dating stage or the talking stage, I want you to test these out, maybe with something small. Maybe you just tell them, hey, actually, I can't FaceTime tonight. Or, you know what, I don't really feel like holding hands right now. How do they take that no? Do they respect that no? Do they try and guilt trip you? Do they get angry about it? That small, simple no and how they respond will say a lot about that person, okay? So test that out and pay attention to how they respond to no. Red flag number 4 is going to be love bombing or intense infatuation. Maybe you've heard of the word or phrase love bombing before. I'm not gonna get into all the details of that, but basically it's when someone shows super intense feelings for you, showering you with compliments and affection and attention, even though they barely know you. Here's the deal. We all love attention and affection and compliments, okay? But if someone barely knows you, that could actually be a sign of some type of unhealthy attachment or even sometimes manipulation. So that's why that one can be hard to notice, but super important to look out for. And red flag number 5, this one is actually one to look out for with yourself. And it's a question I need you to ask yourself. If you took away the physical attraction, would you still be friends with this person? Kind of an important question, because we all know that a healthy relationship is founded on friendship and trust and respect and communication. A healthy relationship cannot have physical attraction at the base of it. We know that those things do not last. Our looks can change, but a friendship is going to be a lot more constant. So ask yourself, if you took away the attraction, would you still see yourself being really good friends with this person? Do you enjoy their presence? Do you enjoy getting to know them? Or you just enjoy their attention and their affection and their compliments? Don't get me wrong, those things are not bad. They're actually pretty great, but that is not what we want to base our relationships on. So I want you to do some self-reflection too. Maybe reflect on all of these red flags, but especially this last one. Basically, you're asking yourself, why do I want to be in this relationship? If it's healthy, awesome, green flag, go for it. If it's maybe something a little unhealthy, that might be a red flag for yourself. You might need to work on a few things, and that's okay. We are all imperfect people. We all have things to grow in and improve on. So it's okay to be honest with ourselves about these things. And that actually reminds me of a bonus red flag, and that has to do with boundaries. If the person you are talking to does not respect your boundaries, that is a sign that you need to get out now, ASAP Rocky. Get out of that relationship, okay? Now, I understand that oftentimes in the talking stage, you might not have a lot of conversations about boundaries, but it might be a good idea to bring some of those up, especially if you have strong boundaries when it comes to physical things, like how far are you wanting to go on a scale of holding hands all the way to sexual activity. You need to think about these things and know what you're looking for before getting into that relationship. Now that we've covered some of those red flags, I do want to say that I know a lot of these things are a lot easier said than done. It's really easy to talk about what healthy relationships look like. It can be a lot harder to actually walk those things out. Heck, you guys, literally our last video was about ghosting, and I had to take my own advice last week, okay? So I get it. These things are not really easy, but when we practice self-respect and self-confidence, it makes these things a little bit easier, okay? So I know those are things that we all need to grow in, self-love, self-confidence, all that good stuff, okay? But every time you make a decision that benefits you, that is saying yes to yourself and building that self-respect, okay? So I'm here to tell you today that you are worthy of healthy, safe, strong relationships. Do not settle, you guys. Keep searching for what you deserve. Don't give up. All right, friends, it is time to wrap up this video. So if this has encouraged you at all, or maybe has helped you look at relationships in a new way, I want you to like this video. Maybe even drop a comment. Let us know what you really liked about this video. Maybe a certain red flag that you are going to work on for yourself. Whatever it is, we want to hear from you. Let's have a conversation in the comments. And before you go, we're gonna add a couple links here. I want you to make sure you check out our past videos about ghosting and about, are you ready to be in a relationship? While you're at it, also check us out on social media, Instagram and TikTok at Best Choice STL. Thanks, guys.